Gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Jim Ferguson.
Hello, fellow Brexiteers. Great to see you. What an honour it is to be here sharing a stage with Nigel Farage and all my fellow Brexiteer candidates for the Brexit Party. It really is an honour. You know, a lot of people are wondering how we've done it in 5 weeks, so I'm going to try and point it out for them. Let's give them some tips, because they need some tips, don't they? The phenomenal rise in popularity of the Brexit Party is due to three main factors. We have been crystal clear and consistent in our message to the people on our position on Brexit. We have made it abundantly clear that we are standing up for democracy, and we are not stopping at the European election. People across the country are joining us because the main parties have betrayed their own members and supporters. The political class within the Labour Party have turned against their own people, and we have seen how they have sneered and talked down to their members, some of whom have been members for many decades. The Labour peer, Lord Adonis, another one of the elites and an ardent remainder, has told millions of people in this country that if you're a Labour supporter, they don't want your vote. Well, let me tell you something. If hard-working, decent, traditional Labour supporters who want to leave the European Union like I do, and who feel betrayed, you have a home here with us. As we get ready to take on the establishment, whatever the next general election is called, we will be ready, and the policies and areas of interest to traditional Labour people will be listened to. To the 1,000 plus councillors on the Conservative side who, unfortunately, lost their seats due to Theresa May's treachery and incompetence, we feel your pain. It is my firm belief that the Conservative Party may not exist in the near future. Not just because of a shambolic tenure from the Prime Minister, but also due to treacherous remainers within the Conservative Party itself. I say to them, why stay in a party where you are unappreciated, not listened to, and simply betrayed in the most unforgivable ways? But the campaign has been fun. I'm a bit of a fan of Game of Thrones, and I listened with interest when a newspaper likened our rise in public support and Nigel Farage to the Night King and the hordes of Brexiteers marching from the north, but not to Westeros, but to Westminster. Because that's coming next. Because once this election is over, the Brexit Party will be marching to Westminster in the next general election. We are going to restore public confidence in our political system by installing members of Parliament who can be trusted. Not only do we Brexiteers feel betrayed, but everyone who voted to leave in Scotland and who feel the way that we do now have an opportunity to stop the Remainer parties in their tracks. Thank you. It's why our membership has grown so substantially in such a short space of time. And this is no longer an issue of left and right, but right and wrong, because this is now about our democracy. 17.4 million people who voted for Brexit, as well as those who, regardless of their position on the matter, feel that democracy is being disrespected and are not given a voice. We could, in my opinion, see further dissent and further chaos and division in this country. I am fighting for UK independence, and the Scottish nationalists who beat their chest and punch the air don't like it when we Brexiteers start talking about fighting for independence in Britain, because it exposes a major weakness in their argument. They claim that Scotland can be a sovereign, independent country, and then they say in the EU rather quietly. But it's not lost on me. The truth is, the Scottish National Party likes to perpetuate the myth that is the sole champion of the cause, and when we as Brexiteers start talking about independence for Britain, they get nervous. Scotland cannot be free and independent as still part of the EU, and their message is as untrue as the SNP's vanguard that Scotland's oil and the industry supporting it would be the final answer to all of Scotland's problems. Nicola Sturgeon is simply being used by the elites in Europe with the old adage of divide and conquer, because Britain united is far harder to deal with than Britain divided. I'm out of time, folks. With all that clapping, I'm out of time. But let me just say, there are more people in Scotland who believe we should leave the EU than whoever voted for the Scottish National Party. So I call upon you, regardless of your party affiliation, regardless of whether you're a traditional Labour, nationalist or Conservative, because Brexit Party is the only party that can be trusted to deliver the will of the people and our democracy. And I thank you.